Yes, my man. I don't know what to say, bro. Football is dead, man. These over here have let me down, man, Jess. 30 years of my life is going down the toilet, bro.
I'm not gonna sympathize with you because it's United lah. I don't really care that United.
Your team is also involved, yeah? Your bipartisan teams, yeah? Your Fenway group and the Glazers are involved in this thing as well, yeah, bro?
No, I think, well, there's two things about the European Super League. One, it's a bunch of clubs trying to flex their muscles.
To get what?
Two, to get more money.
From?
From UEFA.
How do they get UEFA money from UEFA?
So let me tell you what I saw happen yesterday and where I see this going, okay? So you're talking about 12 of probably the wealthiest clubs in the world. Plus 3, they haven't decided on
15 plus 5.
At the moment, 12 have signed up. And they're looking
called
to
the
3.
Premier, the whatever group, founding group.
So 12, 15 of the richest clubs essentially in the world, okay, in football. And they have come up with this European Super League strategy, which they are planning to kick off as soon as practically possible, which is what their press release said, okay, or
what Perez was saying on Saturday, lah. Yeah.
Have you seen the poster? Have you seen their logo?
No.
No, it was all in the press release.
Have you seen a press conference they did on Saturday?
They haven't done a press conference.
Florentino Perez is the chairman.
So that was not a press conference. That was him being interviewed on a chat show. Hang on. So see, this is where I'm telling you all this seems to have happened as a last-minute reaction. You're telling me these clubs who have so much money couldn't have organized something properly, couldn't have come up with a proper freaking logo for the league? It's called ESL. I failed art in school. I could create a logo like that. Okay? So there was no thought put into this release that came out this week. Okay? So why is that? So a lot of this boils down to the fact that the last, I'd say 2-3 years, UEFA have been trying to expand the Champions League. Okay?
Yeah, doing this year, right?
So as of now, there's 24 teams in the Champions League. 38. And they're trying to increase it to 36 or 4, I can't remember how many lah. So almost 1.5 times. And the idea of UEFA to do that is because then they can create more games and they can make more money. UEFA can make more money. But the big clubs have been against this idea because it ultimately means they are playing against lesser teams.
They're making lesser revenue based on the team.
Because if they're going to play against some club from Romania and all that, there'll be a reasonable amount of interest, but it's not going to be as much interest as playing against Liverpool plays against Real Madrid or United plays against Barcelona. So these clubs have always been arguing that they want a bigger pool of whatever extra money UEFA is getting. And UEFA have been dead set as, no, we are not giving you more money. And it's not so much that, so it's not like UEFA is being altruistic and saying, oh, we're giving the money to all the clubs. No, UEFA is making more money for themselves. Yeah. Which is what pisses off the big clubs. Okay? So they were in negotiations and all that. They're trying. And that's why they threatened to come up with this separate league. This has been going on for years. The clubs have been threatening to start off a separate league. But for whatever reason, in the last, I think, maybe week or so, UEFA have decided to just go ahead without this big club's approval. And they announced, so this ESL, the European Super League, was announced at midnight on Sunday, I think, or Monday, or whatever.
Saturday, right?
So whenever it was. And everybody was up in a hue and a cry about it. And then later that evening, UEFA confirmed the plans for the expanded Champions League. So I think what's happened is these big clubs have wanted to get the attention before everybody focuses on UEFA's league, so that people start talking about how, well, not so much, I don't think they did it right. So ultimately what the big clubs now want is
more share of the
to dictate to UEFA, because now they're telling UEFA, without us, your Champions League is shit. Nobody wants to watch your Champions League. Okay?
But do you think, okay, I get where you're coming from now. So you think, okay, A, they don't have a logo, which I don't think that, I'm sure, yeah, that is a big thing that we all look at, a logo. And then the other part I'm saying,
someone from a branding background. You're telling me that a logo for a new competition.
It was more about, because they're still in the judicial system and they are fighting against UEFA. I don't think there'll be court orders or absolute cases against them, or that they are fighting each other if this is just a joke. There's one thing I don't believe. The second part I don't believe is all the chairmen of all these clubs left what they call the European club community, or who's in charge, or the chairman of that is the CEO of, or chairman of Juventus, Agnelli. They got the 200 of the top clubs in Europe, yeah? The chairman is Agnelli, the Juventus chairman. He resigned. Ed Woodward resigned. Your guys, the Fenway Group resigned. All the Daniel Levy, everyone left the whole UEFA community. Hold on. Your theory is with a logo. Mine is actually a bit more detailed. If everyone left all that, hold on.
I'm not going to put up with your theory is a logo. Mine is with it. Your theory is based on what?
Facts lah.
What's the fact?
They all got fired.
Okay, what's this organization
David,
thing?
get this thing, what they call the European Central Committee for Clubs. Get me all the facts. Who left UEFA presidency, which is Agnelli as well.
Before you shout that, Davey, European Central Committee of Clubs is not...
it's under UEFA.
It's not.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Come. Let me give you who resigned where and what and where. Which chairman left where. Your CEO also left as well. Under UEFA, yeah? He also left. He was like, oh, do you all hold positions in UEFA? Yeah, come in. It's okay. It's all right. It's all good. All good. We can cut this out anyway. UEFA committee resignations, yeah? Pretty simple as shit, lah. It's under UEFA, lah.
Where is it? Does it say it's under UEFA?
The ECA is under UEFA.
It's the Sun's. It's an article from the Sun.
Oh, yeah, you on BBC or what do you want? What do you actually?
No.
What do you want? What do you want?
I'm asking you to show me.
Italia Independent is something. Amazon?
Do you want to listen to what I want?
No. You want to listen to what do you want for me to show you that?
You told me it's under UEFA. Where does it say it's under UEFA?
What? That ECA is not under UEFA? All right, I'll Google to say is ECA under UEFA. Does that make more sense? Is ECA under UEFA? Okay. So come and show them.
So it is a sole body recognized by UEFA.
That represents?
So, okay.
That represents?
Can I finish what I'm trying to say?
Do you want to read out so that people can listen what you're saying?
Okay, you read out.
Okay, then you and you. Go on, carry on, go. Because facts are facts, they're saying.
What's the fact there?
Because he's got a board seat. If you're a chairman of this, you've got a board seat in UEFA.
Really?
100% Agnelli is. So who's the chairman of this board? European Club Association.
I don't know.
Let me say, it's a sole such body recognized by UEFA and has a members club in each UEFA member association. That's the whole fact that reads behind it. Don't read what you want to read, bro. Do you have the Wikipedia? Let's go to a page that you like to read. And how many members they sit on the UEFA board?
Where does it say UEFA board?
Let's go to the UEFA website so that you can see.
Okay. Let's assume this. Okay, what's your point?
My point is all these guys have left. They have all these guys. Ed Woodward was also part of the UEFA supervising committee or something. All right? They all had roles in UEFA. They all resigned at the same time. Okay. All right? Because for big clubs like ours, it's very rare that you just leave a certain position in as CEO of Liverpool or CEO of United or of say Chelsea. I won't even say Spurs, but I'll talk about the big teams. All right?
They've left.
They all have
you say
out,
they've left. Okay.
And they pulled out a $6 billion valuation from JP Morgan to fund this. That is not even false. So in that aspect of it, so you tell
I don't understand. Hang on a second. So you say they've pulled out of UEFA, all these clubs.
All these guys have pulled out UEFA, so they're no longer recognized by UEFA, but they pulled out also $6 billion from JP Morgan to fund it.
Let's put aside the $6 billion first. So you're saying they've pulled out of UEFA?
Yeah.
So does that mean United is not in the semi-finals of the Europa League?
They've been asked to be pulled out, and they've been pulled out. They stripped off all, even you as well, your titles as well, from anything you've made.
Nothing has happened yet.
It's been calls for it, yeah.
Of course, it's been calls for it. This is all emotional reaction.
Yeah, but
to the news.
But the other aspect, though, just then you're talking to me like, so what? So they borrowed $6 billion to fund this league, and that's not real.
Okay, so they took JP Morgan gave them $6 million.
Billion.
$6 billion, and they've come up with the press release that they released on last week. Are you saying, is JP Morgan going to be happy that my investment is coming out looking like a school kid's
They don't really care because
project?
they know that these 15 clubs are worth more than that.
What if the clubs decide to pull out at some point?
I got the first 5 clubs, the richest clubs, are worth more than $6 billion.
But they don't. But JP Morgan does not own them.
You want to fact check that as well?
I don't need you to patronize me. That's
No,
what
but
I get
because you're
annoyed
not
at you.
telling me what you're fucking telling me. My thing is that this is going to happen. You believe that it's a pool for power for money. What logic is that, bro?
Based on what are you saying this is going to happen?
Because it's actually happening.
It's not.
Yeah, why?
Nothing
What
has
is it? Because of a
happened.
logo or because of what? What is it he's saying?
Nothing has happened.
What do you mean nothing has happened?
What does the statement say? As soon as practically possible. When is practically possible? Next week? Next month? 5 years? If they have everything so assured and so concrete, give a date. If we're going to start next June, these are the clubs going to play. Screw UEFA, we don't need you.
Isn't that what they can't tell you?
Are they trying to tell me that? That's not what I got from it.
That's not what you got from it.
What have you got from it?
That's what I got from it.
When are they starting?
You never told me? No, I don't know about when it's starting. They said
How is the format of the new competition?
10 teams. They're doing a qualifier. So first, the top 3 teams go, and the 4th and 5th, they fight playoff, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and they won Champions League, Champions winner. It means there's a research there. It's called as English.
So when does this start?
They say as soon as this season's over, lah.
So next season.
Yeah.
So if City win the Premier League this year, what happens? They qualify for that, or they just
They already signed up, what?
so they
The
don't
top
qualify
6 are
for the
in there,
Champions
what?
League next year?
They,
So
they already all signed up for that, what? Yeah, what are you talking about? Who cares who wins the league now? Even West Ham wins the league tomorrow, I don't give a What does it bother anymore?
okay, can you show me how the format of the new competition is going to be? Because I've never seen the format.
I don't know. If you watch Monday Night Football or you watch, what do you think is a proper source for you? I can show you.
I watch Monday Night Football.
Okay,
yes.
let's do that, lah, bro. Huh? Hey, Jazz, man.
Yes, Cash.
What do you call it? European Super League, Champions League, what if they call it? What's going on with that shit, bro?
I think it's just the big clubs calling UEFA's bluff and trying to get more money out of UEFA for the, trying to get a bigger piece of the pie from UEFA's Champions League competition. I don't think the ESL, I don't think there will be a separate competition from the Champions League where these clubs will be playing in. That's what I believe.
I believe it's because Jose Mourinho started this. I think he knew it's going to be fired, so I think he created this conspiracy so that he's not the biggest news of the day. In my opinion.
He's not been the biggest news for a long
Hey,
time.
come on, be nice to him. He's done some good things. I don't know, bro. In my opinion, bro, I think this could actually happen, man. I actually do believe it, man. I really
Why?
do, because my biggest disappointment the past 3 or 4 days was the fact that these guys actually, is this for real or not?
Okay, how do you see it panning out? Let's assume it goes ahead. How do you see it panning out?
Okay, I'll give you like a case study, lah, bro. Remember in Indonesia they had the Indonesian Football League, and then they came with Indonesian Super League or something. So these rich investors came in. They thought that FIFA didn't recognize them, and said so all these buggers were playing there, but they just paid more money to them, lah, to the players and all that kind of stuff. So they attracted all these talents from. So they got ISL, Indonesian Super League, and the Indonesian Football League, which is recognized by FIFA and all that. So these fuckers all joined there, lah, because big money, what? Huh? They did all that kind of stuff, and somehow the IFL became the ISL because they controlled all the talent, all the power, the TV, everything. Because everyone wanted to watch these guys play, not the other guys play. So that's one study. That's Indonesia, lah. Fuck, like 200 million people, they love their football, and that's what happened. That's a real case study.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in this one, I'm thinking slightly more powerful than that one, lah. You know, can you imagine? You got like literally everyone is what that teams that we are talking about here is basically 90% of football revenue for TV, lah. I would say, lah, you know, like who else watches anyone else, lah? No one wakes up to watch Burnley play West Brom, right? Put it this way, right? I think that pulling power for them, and if they really want to break off, FIFA will not, and they say, no, you're not going to allow the players to go to World Cup because you're not recognized by FIFA anymore, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's that easy for them. Because that
I think those
that
are
is revenue.
empty threats. Those are empty threats.
Yeah, but to go to court for this, to be able to say, what's the word for it as well? To be able, but I get where you're coming from as well. But my point is, I think the reality is somehow a bit bigger, like, especially if you're funded as well, bro. If this funding thing didn't happen, I would say this piece of shit. There's no way all these clubs could have gone and break off and do their own league. You know, and also they promised, they've been promised $350 million euros for joining, 150 million in just 500 million just to start this league. You know, that is quite considerable considering this COVID time. I think, and also on JP Morgan's side, they also confirmed it. That this happened. They actually have a whole board of people, and part of the people in the board also includes your guys as well, and my guys as well, the Arsenal guys, and a few other people.
Which board is this? The ESL board? Okay. So would have been the 12 clubs, lah. They'll be on the board.
Each of their CEOs, lah.
Okay. I don't think...
Or not CEOs, they are
the
chairman.
Fact that JP Morgan has committed to it means as much as you think. Because if further down the road, Jurgen Klopp leaves Liverpool, Liverpool's pulling power drops, JP Morgan
I think Liverpool is bigger than Jurgen Klopp, put it this way. I think.
Liverpool is bigger than Jurgen Klopp, but
I'm not worried about.
But Liverpool's value is not as high without Jurgen Klopp.
You think so?
Yes. They're not as marketable. They are not as in demand without his charisma and because of
I don't know. I think you have guys like maybe just your club anyway. But I think Liverpool has been sustainable.
I'm not talking about the
brand
club per
value.
se. I'm talking about their brand value.
Yeah, brand value. I don't think it's been affected with or without. You just won a couple of cups with him. That's it. What? Did Dortmund's value go up when he was there?
Significantly.
By what? Because he won a couple of cups. Now where is he now?
Not only because is Dortmund as popular now as they were when Jurgen Klopp was there?
No.
Why?
Oh, is it because Jurgen Klopp?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I disagree.
Okay, so why do clubs go for marquee managers? Why does Mourinho keep getting a job?
Mourinho gets a job because it's not because of his name or anything. And now it's still because of his name. But Mourinho gets his job. It's not because he's a marquee manager anymore. Right? He just hunts around for.
Not
He's got a good
today,
agent.
but the last 10 years.
He was pretty alright the last 10 years. Put it this way. He's won more than Jurgen Klopp has won. Put it this way. Right? In the past 10 years. Correct? He's won some things. Right? Or not? He's won more for us than any other manager has won for us in the past 10 years.
Okay, so you didn't sign
He actually
Mourinho
won
because
things.
he's a marquee manager.
No, because he won things.
He won you the League Cup. He won
you
you
tell
the
me Louis
Europa
Van
League.
Gaal and Mourinho and all these guys, are they all on
Okay.
the same pedestal or no?
Louis Van Gaal is a marquee manager.
Yeah. Was it Mourinho? Why don't we pick Louis Van Gaal the same way then?
Yeah, Louis Van Gaal is a marquee manager.
Yeah.
People hire him because of his name.
But
And
what
he's
happened
doing well.
after United? No one hired him after that.
He went to coach the Dutch
He
team.
didn't do shit after that. he went to oblivion. Put it this way. Yeah. My point is, it's not a marquee manager signing. Jurgen Klopp with or without him would not make a difference. Liverpool has a brand equity that's way higher than that. Whoever they bring in, they build it up.
I don't know how to explain this to you. You have this impression that, you're relating everything to money and everything. So the value of Liverpool has increased significantly since Jurgen Klopp has become a manager. The branding has increased significantly. He appears in all the ads. He appears in all the merchandise. So if he wasn't there, that wouldn't have been, nobody would have wanted to see another manager's face there. Why wasn't they doing the same thing with previous managers? Because he adds that value to the club.
So you're basically saying he's bigger than Liverpool, lah. He's the one that brought you guys to this level, lah.
I'm not saying he's bigger than Liverpool, but I'm saying he brought us to this level, yes.
Yes, he brought you
from
to
the
the
level
level
that we were before he joined.
And what was the level before that?
FSG bought Liverpool for 300 million 10 years ago. Liverpool is now worth 1.7 billion. What have we won?
That difference is Jurgen Klopp, lah.
What have we won in the last 10 years?
I can go back 30 years, you won nothing, but yeah, you won a couple of things.
No, we won the Champions League before you could reach 3. But let's not get personal about your club allegiance here, lah.
We won a few titles before you even won one last year, lah. Because that's different, lah.
So the Premier League title is different from the English League title, is it?
We still won more than you anyway, right? We include all that.
Include Premier League and Champions League?
Not Champions League. The entire.
Why are we not including Champions League?
Oh, add lah. How many cups you want to add? Add the whole entire thing lah together.
Okay.
Okay lah.
Google and see.
Okay lah, no, you win lah.
English
okay,
club.
you win lah. But we are worth 4 billion and you're worth 1.7 now.
I don't know what you are worth lah, but we are worth.
Well, 3 times more than you're worth lah. So it doesn't matter.
Is that a fact? Can you fact check?
Check how much United is worth.
United is definitely worth more lah, but
So that don't compare lah. I don't going to say anything lah. It's probably 3 times what you're worth like. I
disagree with you.
I don't even think Liverpool's worth 1.7 anyway. Fact check that for me as well. You're probably worth close to $1 billion. But not even $1 billion to be honest. But the other that's not anything else. But
so LeBron James and his company just invested about 500.
Yeah, that's recently.
Yeah.
He just joined the FS. Yeah, he just did with the Red Sox. I know.
Can I complete what I'm trying to say?
Say what you're
saying. So that's where the evaluation came from, the 1.7 billion.
How much is the club worth? And we know because Deloitte list just came out as well. Who made the most? Who's the richest club? You came down to 4th after Bayern. I saw the list anyway. My point is not about that. My point is about this whole ESL thing. You really don't believe it's going to happen and all this is just going to be fluff. And we'll just be presumed normal after this, after August. We'll be back to normal.
It's not going to be... Well, things will change, but there is not... Back to what I said at the beginning, there isn't going to be a separate competition for these 12 clubs on top of the Champions League. There will be a compromise.
Do you think what fans are just going to be like, oh, you guys tried to fuck us over, now we're going to go back to supporting you guys again?
What's the alternative?
I don't know, I'm asking.
Fans are unhappy now, which is expected.
So we forgive you for like...
And that's why, that is exactly why the clubs will come to a compromise.
In what sense though? What is compromise you're thinking? What is compromise you're trying to say?
That's why I say it's getting UEFA back to the negotiating table to say, if you don't, we will go ahead with this.
Okay, that's the clubs with UEFA, bro. I'm talking about the fans with the clubs.
What is... Fans will support the club regardless.
After what they pulled?
1.34, I think that's what you're showing me.
No, but after what they pulled, do you think they will? 1 or 3?
1.34. So... Oh. So 300 million more, not 3 times. Oh.
For United's value? Yeah. Devi, check out United's valuation.
His Google is lying. Your Google might be right.
Which side are you?
Alex Google also says the same.
1.65. 3690.
Thank you very much.
2018.
2018, so United value 2021, yeah?
And Liverpool's value 2021 as well, yeah?
So wait. So you wait for the person to give you the right number rather than listen to what the others have said.
4.2 billion.
Thank you very much. It's us, yeah? United, yeah? 2021. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, I do my things, bro. And what's Liverpool's value? They're nowhere even close to us. I mean,
4.1.
Sorry, what?
4.1.
2021.
Who is that?
Liverpool.
Okay. And United?
4.2.
So, wait. So, is my maths wrong? Is 4.2 3 times more than 4.1?
You said 1.7 just now. Give me the top 10 fucking teams in the whole thing.
Wait.
We were talking about net worth, not value of.
I want value of the club. We spoke of valuation. Give me the valuation of the club.
4.1 and 4.
Valuation.
2 or 3?
Okay, if I say, okay, everybody, if I say. Okay. And then, go ahead. I wanted to hear what I wanted to hear. Anyway, yeah. Go ahead.
So, like I said, it's the power play. Fans will still support, regardless. 4 years ago, FSG increased the ticket prices. The cheapest ticket used to be £40, it became £70. Liverpool fans walked out of a game at the 70th minute. 2 days later, FSG reversed their decision.
But bro, that one is different. Yeah, It's same,
So, but it's not like the fans didn't support the club. They wanted to make a point.
but was the magnitude of that as comparable to this though?
It's just day one. If you even listen to what Klopp said yesterday, at the end of it, he said, things will come out. It's just the first day. As much as he knows there is more to this than what has already
But
come
why
out.
aren't these guys who so-called are bringing this up, yeah, all the CEOs, managers, directors, or whatever they are, right? Why aren't they all coming out and telling their staff members or whatever what is happening? Because nothing's happening.
Partly because they don't have the details.
Then why are they announcing it then?
We're going back to where I started. It's a power play.
With UEFA.
Yes.
And that UEFA power play with them somehow started 6 months ago and they didn't agree with this. And
It's
then,
been going on for years.
yeah, but somehow then they thought, today we tried to
The
do this.
reason they decided on the day was because UEFA finally decided, screw you, I'm going ahead with my plans. So these clubs felt we need to do something to show our power. Hence this ESL. Hence why I said the logo was not fully thought out. Hence why the website is something like a high school kid could have done. Okay? That is my point. Not that I value the logo so much or I value the website so much. If a lot of thought went into this, those things, come on, like in this day and age, somebody says ESL, I straight go to the ESL website to find out more information about it. Is my club going to be kicked out of UEFA competitions? I can't find it out in the ESL website. Are my players going to play in the World Cup next year? That doesn't tell me in the ESL website. Only Fiorentino Perez said that in a press conference. Oh, okay, so then that must be true.
Well, I believe that, no, I'm not saying that his word is salt, but he is the chairman of the ESL, isn't it?
Why isn't it not on the website then?
Mate, that's a
I don't
fucking
speak
video I just
well,
showed.
I speak a little Spanish. You don't speak Spanish. If you listen to Fiorentino Perez, would you have known that United players will be able to play in the next World Cup?
I don't know, he wasn't talking about players per se, he was talking about the formation of the league itself.
But that's my point in the sense that it was not fully thought out. So now, like, see, all the fans are up in arms about what happens to my club in the league. What happens to the players? Why is there no information about this if this league is so well thought out? Why is there nowhere I can find? Forget the website. Why isn't there?
So forget all this rubbish. But the thing is, let's say lah. No.
Okay, forget that. You are starting a new venture. Okay, you're going to do a big press release. Wouldn't you have some kind of collateral that people will be able to find information about your new venture on the spot, at least day one? I know, okay, once people hear, I've spent so much money advertising this on...
Usually, yeah. Lah.
And you're telling me a $6 billion venture funded by JP Morgan hasn't thought that through.
I think it was because they were legally bounded by a lot of things. I think that's what stopped them from doing that, because they were not signed up yet.
I disagree.
You agree to disagree. But I think there was legal systems behind why they couldn't launch it.
Okay, then at least put that
Because
on the website.
because these
Put
guys
that
were
on the website.
these guys were still playing the seasons out, right? I think that was the reason why they didn't want to launch that. That's my opinion, but I could be completely wrong. But the other part of it is also the fact that I think the guys that pulled out of this whole thing was Bayern, Dortmund, and PSG, right? So-called.
Again, I take that with a pinch of salt. Pulled out, I don't think so. You're
Or
telling
didn't
me
agree to join, whatever.
they couldn't come to agreement with what the ESL wanted, so they are making themselves sound like they are fucking
It's only because
heroes now.
No, it's only because Bayern is owned 51% by the people of Munich.
correct. So
And
they
like-
could not make a decision
by
without
the fans.
correct.
PSG,
That's not
however,
to say the board didn't want to join.
Yeah, lah, but the thing is that they didn't lah. Okay, let's put it that way lah. And Dortmund didn't lah as well, right?
Dortmund also, all German clubs
Correct,
are owned by
yeah.
the fans.
But PSG could have, right? And they
So,
enough muscle,
again-
financial muscle, to pull anything off.
Why didn't they join?
They, no.
Because PSG has a lot of influence in UEFA. PSG is owned by Qataris, correct?
I don't know. I can't validate that one.
PSG is owned by Qataris.
No,
I
PSG is
think.
owned by Qataris. I know. I'm talking about
Okay, no,
UEFA, I don't
PSG.
know.
No. PSG is owned by Qataris, right?
Yeah.
Where is the next World Cup?
Oh, in Qatar. You know.
So do you think they're going to
2022.
risk their World Cup? So PSG is not like a business entity, okay? It's a whitewash for whatever Middle Eastern money. It's a family business. All of these Middle Eastern clubs are.
Oh, so that's why they pulled up. Because they won the World Cup there. Lah. But if they have World Cup with no players, then what happens?
That's why I'm saying it won't happen.
This is logic I don't get it, man. Like, okay, so...
Okay, why did PSG join them? What's your logic behind PSG not joining?
I don't think they need the financial muscle. Same as Man City, I think they'll pull out too. Because I don't think they need the financial muscle that these clubs need.
This is where I disagree. So these two clubs don't need the financial muscle, but one joined and one didn't join.
Yeah, because the Doha, what do you call it, the Dubai guys, I think for them, their whole entire thing was to be associated. Their entire goal when they built Man City was to be associated with this bunch of people. So their goal was that. I think the PSG guys, honestly, that was never their goal. Their goal was so much more is to build, because there's systems that we do in the EPL that you don't have to in the French Liga. I don't think it's the same beliefs that they both share. For them, it's PR over here. For them, it's more building something. I think for the Dubai guys and these guys...
Okay, but the Sheikh Mansour, where he hired Guardiola, his instruction was win the Champions League.
Yeah, he hasn't done it. So
Yeah, but now he's not going to win the Champions League, he's going to win the ESL.
he's still there. I mean, he's still got until the end of this season, right?
If they're going to be kicked out of the competition, then what to win under the
Only
season?
starts August when you what? You still got to play what?
You just said everybody pulled out of UEFA already.
They pulled out. They still got to finish out the tournament. What? It won't be recognized now. That's all lah.
Won't be recognized.
The clubs pulled out of UEFA lah. That's it. What?
Then how can UEFA let them continue
You
playing
got to
in the
finish it up.
tournament?
What?
Then what is pulling
This
out?
is what we joked about the whole time. I said West Ham is going to win the league, or Leicester's going to win the league. That's what I was joking about. This is what's going to happen. It's not going to be Man City or United or anybody. It's going to be Leicester or West Ham is going to win the league or crowned as champions, because the PL pulled out, the FA pulled out. They go f yourselves. This is what they're going to find. The next person who's not in the top 6.
You actually believe all this is going to happen?
I don't know. I have a strong feeling it might lah. I don't know lah. My bottom of my
Might doesn't sound convincing.
because it's the
enough to
same
me.
way that we can look at this thing. Remember when Division 1 ended and Premier League started? Everyone thought it was shit lah. More money came in, this and that, blah, blah, blah. No, nothing's going to happen, blah, 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 blah. But it did happen, right? First division, no, Division 1. First division. And then became Premier League, right? 992 or 991.
So again,
No,
this,
we all
a lot
thought
of
this
people
is-
have used this analogy, and I've read about this analogy as well.
Yeah.
It's not a correct analogy
Tell me why, bro.
because the English League has always been about the 192 clubs in it,
Yep, correct.
or 92 clubs, or no, 92 clubs. Sorry. Okay.
We go all the way to the conference.
So regardless of, so when the first division became the Premier League, it was just a rebranding exercise.
Correct. So we went from 22 teams
To 20.
Sorry, 24, 22, 20. So we went down, right? We first started with the first division was 24. Then we said Premier League couldn't do with 24. We did 22, and then we went to 20 after that. That was later, right? But there was things that people say now it's going to change because there's new money coming in, new broadcast money coming in, and all this kind of stuff. That was a branding exercise, but people will say, "F this shit, man." You know what's the Premier League about? First division's mine, man. No, our titles and all that, blah blah. People had that whole thing, right? But somehow through the years, they somehow accepted it, right? This is what we are today. But the thing is, it's the same clubs, in the same country, same place.
Correct.
This is the difference. Now you got different clubs, different country, different place. My point is, if you, I get where you're coming from with your theory that you think they're trying a power grab or a money push for something. I don't think it's that straightforward in my opinion, bro. Because if it's really that straightforward, you think these guys are worth more than the $6 billion that they took their loan from, so-called. They were going to worry about that. Collectively, all these teams that you put in there, you think $6 billion is something they're going to jerk off to?
Which is why I don't think
So
that money is
my
of any
point is-
significance.
My point is, why would they break off and sever all ties with all these people who resign and all that from every board so that they can go independent or go rogue for that matter? I don't see what the motivation for them is.
I don't understand what the significance of them resigning off this board is. Whether they've been told to resign or they've chosen to resign, that is, I don't know.
But why would, I mean, regardless, there wouldn't be an issue, right? If they're still there, you're still there, lah. Why would you suddenly become a news that all of you guys resign at the same time on the same day, and UEFA released a statement saying all these guys have resigned from board? Is it because?
So do you think they were sacked or they resigned voluntarily?
I think it's a bit of both, bro. And these are the biggest clubs in the world, lah.
No, but I don't see.
I don't see why it happened. So if you got your biggest club,
It's so clear that UEFA opposes this. So why would UEFA? keep
FIFA
them
as
on their
well,
board?
FIFA as well, not just UEFA, yeah.
The ESL is a European Super League, so it's a UEFA thing. FIFA is
No, FIFA gives the players their badges to go and transfer and move and all that to play in different leagues. FIFA gives you that.
ultimately everything is under FIFA. Okay, so but the European Super League was created because a bunch of clubs wanted more money. And
Pure greed, lah.
yeah,
I agree.
behind that.
I agree with you. 100% I agree with you.
And from what I read, it's the drivers behind it are Woodward and Perez.
Correct. Glazer.
Yeah, like Woodward is just
They're
mouthpiece
kakek lah.
lah. And again, because I follow Liverpool, I've read articles where the Liverpool managing director has sent email to all staff. They said, we had to be at the table for this. We couldn't afford to be left out.
Oh, you didn't tell me that, but I didn't see that news.
I read that today.
I wasn't following Liverpool. I was reading United.
So that was their stance. If this is going to happen, we want to be in. We can't afford to be left out. So
Why
it
is
was
that?
never if there's going to be more money, I want to be where the money is. Why?
For FSG. For FSG.
Of course. That's where the issue is now. And that's where I think Gary Neville made a very good point. Ultimately, if Liverpool and United had said, no, we're not.
Game over.
Yeah. So that's where I'm saying, if Woodward was the key driver behind it, he's not going to say no. It started with him and Perez.
No, but it was not Woodward, Joel Glazer and your CEO.
No. I don't think
Yeah.
John Henry was
Oh, that's
behind-
his name. Sorry, I don't know his name.
I don't think
the
John
FSG
Henry
guy
was behind the...
It was
push
these
for-
two. It was because he didn't. It was not Woodward. Well, yeah, he's a mouthpiece who goes and does all the shit.
Okay,
that-
I don't think...
But he signed off as number 2 to Perez. Correct, no? Florentino Perez.
Who?
The coach, vice chairman of that whole ISL was Joel Glazer, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So the key drivers were United and basically the two biggest clubs in the world. And when those two do it, everybody else is like, okay, I'll follow lah. And that's where you don't hear all the other
So
clubs
they
talking
all
about it.
followed just to make sure they get more money.
Yeah.
And how's UEFA going to disburse the money though, bro? In what sense? Like what? Go back to the old Champions League model or go
There
to...
is a model as to how the money is distributed.
Correct.
And when there is
And the
more
money-
clubs, the money has to be distributed among more clubs.
Well, but prize money, you're talking about prize money, you're talking about like TV money.
Prize money is shit.
Yeah, so like time...
TV money
yeah?
and appearance.
But TV money is normally allocated based on the clubs that are playing, right? So it's
Not for UEFA competitions.
Really?
TV money is paid based on what they call a coefficient. How often have you been in this competition? What was your performance in the last 3 years? And then those are coefficients used to see who gets the most and who gets the second and third. And that's why clubs like Juventus and AC Milan are jumping at this opportunity because they've done, maybe Juventus the last 2-3 years, but before that, because these coefficients go back 5 years. So, which is again why I tell you, Klopp has increased the value of the club significantly because he has kept us in the Champions League the last 4 or 5 years. So that has increased our coefficient significantly. Because when he first joined, the first time we joined, we've only joined 1 year out of the last 4 years. So our coefficient is not very high. So over time, he has increased significantly. And then Liverpool gets more prize money. Likewise with all the other clubs. So now when you spread and you open up to, rather than 24 teams, now it's going to be about 36 teams or 45 teams, that it gets more diluted, right? And that's where these clubs are arguing because the opportunity to, because the coefficient is based on how often or whether you qualified the last 5 years and also how far you progressed in the previous seasons.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Okay? So when there's more clubs playing, there's a higher risk that you won't progress as far, right? So all these are unnecessary risks when it comes to guaranteed money for them. And they disagreed with that. From a UEFA perspective, they make it sound like they are being, we're looking after our entire organization. But they still get their share. They get a bigger share now because they take a cut out of everything. So that's where I think the clubs were unhappy. And they couldn't come to a compromise.
I agree with you on that point, but man, I still am pretty sure that if this is not going to happen, I think the backlash is going to be pretty insane lah. That's what I think lah.
Fans are very fickle-minded.
Depends where they are lah.
Mourinho was the greatest manager for
Chelsea.
United.
For
When he
United,
won-
for Chelsea.
When he won and he went around going 3 trophies.
Where?
When he won the Europa League, the Charity Shield, and the Community Shield.
For us, he's the greatest manager for us.
I'm exaggerating, but people felt that he was the best manager for United. He's going to bring us back to the top at that time.
Correct lah, yeah.
And then 1 year later,
Same, he just got fired a couple of days ago, right?
they changed their mind, right? So that's why my point is, fans are fickle. They will still follow their club regardless.
I think this is a bit deeper though. I don't know, man.
It's
Jess.
only been a couple of days.
I think it's a bit deeper. You know, it just kind of raises 30 years of memories, man. I don't know, like it feels like you know, like you're ditching, man. It's like, you know, being like you say, I don't live in the UK. You probably did.
So I was just about to get to that because not only living, I lived in Liverpool as well. So you get a sense of the reality behind all the headlines. So when you are in there, you know people who are working in the club and they tell their families not, oh no, our bosses actually said, no, give it a few weeks, then maybe things will settle down.
Get a PR run going.
So, PR run or whatever. But so it's always a bit less reactive and a bit more, okay, let's wait and see. So that's why I'm thinking there is just too little information out so far. And all these threats that the different organizations are saying, UEFA are saying we'll kick out all the clubs from the competition.
Yeah.
Why make the threats? Just do it lah. What is the point of a threat? Okay. Alright, I don't want you to kick me out of the competition. What do you want us to do? Oh no, I cannot agree with that. No, you need to meet me. So it's all fucking power play. It's all a fucking negotiation tactic.
What's the worst case scenario you think can happen from this?
Worst case scenario?
We're gonna buy a new channel to
Clubs, the clubs that signed up for the ESL will get some sort of punishment by UEFA and the local leagues.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. Because they want to say, UEFA needs to show that I'm still the boss. You coming back to my competition?
I have a very strong opposite feeling on that one. I think the worst case scenario on this one, I think these guys already.
The English clubs will be the ones that suffer the most from that. Because,
I don't think so, mate.
yeah, I think the English clubs will suffer the most from that. Because a lot of their, fan base is one thing, but there's a lot of history.
Exactly, that's my point, yeah.
And if you are not going to play in the local league, the allure of the club,
Yeah,
the traditions of the club will last.
What we remember watching, you know, the promotions, the I don't know, relegations, the winners, the title race, everything was so different when you're playing against Spurs per se.
And at the moment, I don't think the owners of these clubs recognize that because they are set from a distance. The Glazers, the John Henrys, Daniel Levy is there, but his owner, the owner is lives in Barbados or Bahamas or something. Stan Kroenke and all that. So these are they think of this as another opportunity to make it a franchised competition.
Exactly,
like
that's
the
what it
NFL.
is. Franchise, that's what they wanted to do.
So, but that doesn't work in Europe.
Not in the UK though.
Not even in Europe, and because a lot of these football clubs came about from a working class background.
Exactly,
and all that.
local communities.
And if you're going to limit, if you're going to play United plays
Leagues.
Bayern every week.
Or plays. No, I get what you're saying, but this is what my point is, right? To even as a club put it on your website saying ESL,
That's why I think they were trying.
but don't you think, like, as a fan, like, say, no, man, a guy who's like living 2K down Old Trafford going like, the f*** wrong with these guys, man? On your website, on your absolute MUFC website.
This will be tomorrow's news.
I think the fracture is a bit deeper.
Yep. It probably is a bit
It's not
deeper,
about like losing
but
Jose Mourinho, or it'll probably be even deeper than losing Sir Alex Ferguson, put it this way.
only time will tell. But ultimately, I still think it will go back to
where
a single competition. There is not going to be two competitions.
there's too much power at UEFA anyway, yeah? They
That is
can do
true.
they can do actually TV block out of the whole thing.
It is true. It is true. There's, so when I was working at Anfield, whenever it's Champions League games, you can only sell a certain type of beer,
Yeah.
and you can only sell a certain type of merchandise and all that, because it's
Even
all
getting
controlled by UEFA.
getting TVs involved, or what do you call it, channels, or
Yeah.
and satellite stations. If they block you block you out, gone now, right? But then it's a money play after this, see who wins. So for example, if you
It is, and part of it is, so there's a lot of ways to compromise. So I think one of the biggest issues from what I've read is, a lot of these clubs, the bigger clubs, when you sign up to a UEFA competition and all that, you have to give up your broadcasting rights.
correct,
Okay.
I know that, yeah.
So, but what they want is, if I can show my games on my website for £10, I can make shitloads of money. So there will probably be a compromise like that somewhere. Okay, you can show maybe 3 games per season or 5 games per
And
season.
when your sponsorship that you bring in also has got a certain
Correct.
kickback to UEFA as well.
So those are the kind of things that the clubs are unhappy about.
But let's say if these guys go and do their own shit, start their own TV channel and everything, then what happened, bro?
Again, is that something that can be done overnight?
You can do it in a couple of days, yeah, if they want to, yeah, sure. You know it can be done in a couple of days, right? You go buy one TV channel Russia or something, I'm sure you can tell you
Who
where
is
it's
going to...
Oh, actually, there was an article I saw, Lev something, MNDA or something, the guy who owns a media channel is going to do the broadcasting, who signed up as a broadcaster. It's a lot more that I read up, man, today. But I was just watching. The only thing that I saw that pissed me off the most is the fact that on a if it happens, doesn't happen, then we'll find out in a couple of weeks. But I think what that really pissed me off is the fact that how the came out of nowhere. I thought I was happy after we won Burnley. We were 1-0 down, we won 3-1. I was like, game over, time to go to sleep. Next day, I was like, oh, these top 6 teams are moving off and starting their own league, and these other guys say, oh. So what happened, man? And that was the thing I was looking at. I said, nah, it's absolute rubbish, man. And then I was watching some news channels, like everyone was going off, like from Gary Neville to Gallagher to everyone was going off. I was like, is it for real, man? I was having Google, and then I saw his press release or whatever it is. And it's actually a proper press release as well. I didn't go as far as a logo and a website because that's not what I was worried about. I'm trying to see after JP Morgan's site. It's actually a statement on JP Morgan's website. This is real, lah. I went check United site as well.
So for you, the statement from JP Morgan was what validated it. For me, the fact that there's no thought gone into the collateral that needs to be
But bro,
outplaced.
$6 billion is not small
Is
money.
$6 billion
lah,
a big deal for JP Morgan? Have they just given that? No. There's probably going to be lots of conditions tied to it,
Yeah,
right?
but you see, in this COVID time, I've never seen a bank give out that kind of money. Let's put it
Yeah,
this
because football business
Yeah, but that's the answer.
can
No,
recoup.
but I know it can. But the thing is, but I didn't see it at this point. I was like, is this for real, guys? So I was like, oh, check everything. And then after the other part, it's like, how the do people feel, man? Like, for example, like a guy who has a season ticket at Anfield or in Old Trafford for say 50, 60 years, that you can't watch you play against whatever, No, that they're feeling like as a fan of a club, man, like, it's not the same fight you're fighting for, not the same banter you have anymore with other. I was like, you fucking joking about, we won Inter 3-0 yesterday, good job, lah, okay, well done, lah. That was the part that I was thinking about. Wait, it's all gone?
Yeah, but the other thing is, so the clubs that have been left out, they will kick up a fuss as well.
Yeah, because they lose TV revenue.
Yeah.
Correct, right?
So-
yeah, they're given what? Yeah, they'll be Southampton as champions every year lah, or West Ham or something lah.
So they have influence on organizations that they are part of. So then they can force
Which is the
UEFA
FA lah,
and-
bro.
Not only the FA, so like UEFA and
The
FIFA to
Premier
say,
League,
don't let these
yeah.
players play in the competition.
They can make the bid lah, but they're not as powerful as these 20 guys, right? There's going to be there.
But if these 20 guys are no longer part of that organization, what power do they have?
Yeah, but what power does anyone have? Is 20 guys are making $50 billion a month, and you guys are making like nothing. Who's going to be watching them? I'm just saying these guys, I think, are creating like a new market kind of thing that they're not appealing to the old school guys. I think they are appealing more to the
so
fact
that
that
market
like the
will
India
survive.
guys from India, the
The
guys from
market-
China, the guys from
Correct. The market
and
will
they'll
survive.
make their money, bro. That's what I always think, bro.
That market will survive as long as the current batch of players are there and all that. The newer batch that's coming up, they want to play in World Cups. They want to play in.
Well, what's the point of a World Cup? And now the guys that are playing there now are playing there.
You're telling me the clubs that are outside of this 12 don't have.
That's what FIFA
world-class
said. What?
players.
They're going to ban the players that are playing there? to
Yeah,
play in
but
World Cup, what?
there are players out. Yeah, they'll miss their superstars, but players from Inter Milan can still. Players
Yeah,
from
inside, what?
Roma. Can
Or
play.
Roma and all that.
Players
Roma,
from-
Atlanta, Napoli and all that. Yeah, they can play.
So if the top managers goes to those clubs in the next few years, that's where the best players will be because
How you know? Because money, what? Who's got money, bro?
I'm sure there will be other revenue streams that come into UEFA and FIFA.
I don't know, man. I think TV revenue and sponsorship is their biggest source of revenue, right?
Yeah, but what's to
But
say
you've got
you
a top
can't find
20
other
guys
revenues?
watching-
Revenues.
How many lifelong fans of AC Milan?
So then ultimately it's going to become a choice of the player. Like, do you want to play for money or do you want to play for your prestige and for your country and earn a bit less money?
Correct, lah. So Suarez will be playing
Same
for us,
same like the cricket. lah.
yeah, IPL, lah. Correct. Yeah.
So when it
IPL.
started, they said you can't play for your country. But now, what happened? They came
Same
to
as
a
the Indonesian League I
compromise.
was talking about, right? It merged up, right?
Yeah, but it's not been.
I think there was this great documentary, this show by, what's his name, that Indian guy, the handsome guy, I can't remember his name. About IPL and cricket, the corruption system that works around it. I can't remember exactly. But IPL, they actually own like 90% of the world's cricket thing. You know, like that.
Actually, cricket is a bit of a. The
but
Indian market is the biggest market.
So they have all to come to the one place, so they can decide who the
Correct. So they
broadcasters
can
are, who the
control
sponsors
things.
are. But it's pretty much the same, lah, bro. Excuse me. The EPL is pretty much the same as well. The EPL controls, lah. Tell me who's got the kind of viewerships that EPL has.
Yeah, but again, because there is no consequence of it, so they get the best that they want.
The only reason why that they pull out 6 out of England and not 2, like in Spain they pull out 2, and in because the power of revenue comes from the
Yeah.
UK. Without a doubt, the top 6 make more money than the bottom 14, lah.
So and if
Yeah. No, I don't know, but I somehow in my gut I think that if it's just a joke for a couple of days and then okay lah, then we all wake up on Wednesday or Thursday and then find out it's April
not a
Fools
couple
or
of
whatever.
days, but it will. I don't think it will happen. That's the thing.
And I'm a bit worried about that fact, lah, bro. I really am, lah, because I just feel that I think as a fan personally, if that really happens, bro, I feel like, man, this is worth nothing, man. Honestly, it doesn't mean much, right? What does it mean to you, man? What?
The club. Well, the values change, so then then you start evaluating whether you want to support the club or not.
I don't know, man. I don't think it'll be the same, lah. It's having the ex-girlfriend, lah, same thing, lah. Same face, same skin, but different clothes, lah.
I don't get that. I don't get the analogy, but okay.
Anyway, lah, just think, lah. Interesting, Mr. Jess. Anyway, how's your Liverpool team doing anyway? You guys drew yesterday or?
Drew to Leeds.
Where you guys at the table now?
Well, you seem to know. I'm just asking me to
Yeah, because it's a podcast. What about us? What?
Okay lah.
It's not. It's
Just-
not
just
because it's
say it,
TV
just
lah. I
tell
gotta
me.
say. I gotta ask what. There's a confirm line in case I'm wrong. So are you guys planning to be in top 4 this year or no?
It's not really my decision.
Yeah, it's Jurgen Klopp. Yeah.
Not really his as well.
No, he is. Then
Players.
who's Sadio Mane? Mohamed Salah.
players.
The players. So the whole team. Yeah. But do you guys think it's gonna be a good season for you guys?
If we get top 4, I think it'll be a successful season.
Oh, see, you guys are Champions League anyway, right? Oh, you're out. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
And you in the Champions League as
No,
well?
never did.
No,
But
you
I
were.
thought we were, but we went out. Like,
So you went to the second tier competition and now you're in the semi-final? So the second tier competition?
I think so. I can't remember. I got to check.
I can't remember. No, you are.
it's-
You are. You
we
can
are,
remember,
we are.
actually.
Okay. I didn't
But you
really
remember
check.
Liverpool are 6th. Good on you.
Okay, I wanted you guys to win. Okay, I thought you guys would make it top 4 without playing the league.
Get top 4 without
I mean,
playing the league.
go to Champions League next year without getting to top 4 lah. That's what I was thinking lah. You know, because as a title defense is the worst team I've ever seen in my life lah. That's what I was saying. But you know,
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
It is a thing, yeah. For us, we never won a title and gone all the way down the other way lah. Never did for us lah. For this one lah.
Do you get a reward for that? For not finishing worse?
We normally win back to back lah. I don't know about you guys lah. Yeah, we normally won back to back
Yeah,
lah.
so did we.
When?
In the 80s and the 70s.
Yeah lah, I know that. I didn't really watch History Channel that time, but we won back to back usually lah. So we know
When
lah.
you were the richest club in England and the others couldn't afford the kind of wages and players you were buying.
Possibly lah. I agree lah.
A bit like Man City now lah.
No, we had our own money lah. Nobody bought us lah. We didn't. Nobody invested money.
Okay
People
lah,
took
but
out money
it's about
from us
money
lah.
lah.
We actually
It
are.
was
real-
about money lah ultimately.
Not really lah. Who
Not
was
really,
who was our 90 class of 92 was all our boys what?
Oh.
It was all our boys, right? Did we buy someone that? Oh, Wayne Rooney we bought, yeah. Rio Ferdinand we bought. Van der Sar, 3.1 million or something. I think.
Ferdinand how much?
28 or something. Proper money.
In 2002.
2 Rooney
When
was
most
about
players
Rooney was
were
about there
like,
as well. What, 25 or 26 or something. Who's the other f***er as well?
I don't know, I don't
Van
follow
Nistelrooy,
United.
19 million. Yeah, we spend money, but we're a rich club lah. It's our own money lah. Not like people have to buy you out to give you money lah. We had
And then
our
what
own money lah.
Glazers did?
Because investment one for them.
So same lah, it's investment for our owners as well. lah.
No, already lah. You needed money lah. But 300 million, your boss how much more? Different lah, bro. You bought for 300 million, they bought us for almost $1 billion. So a bit different. But they took the bills out of that through this club. They leveraged it so well that the club went into debt
But
straight
why
away.
you all only won 3 Champions Leagues?
I don't think we were that good lah.
So you were the best of a shit lot lah.
Which included you guys lah.
Yeah, we were shit the last 30 years.
Pretty much lah, I think we were lah. But we went to 4 finals in the past. But nothing, don't point talking about finals, like never won anything. We only won, what, 2 is it? I think 2 lah, the past. The last one they won was the 19, what's that? Matt Busby time lah. The 3 lah.
I don't know, I don't keep track of United's.
Yeah, I know, because you can't. It's not your fault, it's okay.
No, I can. Just
No, you
not
can't,
interested.
because we win way faster lah.
I seem
But-
to know more about your championships than you do lah. But
Yeah, you got what, 21 is it? 20
what?
titles altogether.
19
Oh, so we got more than you.
league titles.
Yeah, we got more though. Right.
How many have you all got?
I think 20, 21?
You think?
21, I think.
No.
20,
you got
yeah.
20. See, so I know better about your club than you.
And
do
you
lah.
say you don't know anything about us. But thanks, lah, bro.
No, I said I don't keep track, but
Oh,
I
you don't
do
keep-
know
you do
more.
know,
So
okay.
if you want to rewind the tape, you can
Okay,
see
lah,
what I
we
said
want to go
earlier.
into this, we go into this. But anyway, but talking
For
about
someone
it-
who is so precise about facts, I think maybe we should rewind the
But anyway, but how good are you guys feeling about Liverpool today, man? As a fan, how do you feel about being a fan of Liverpool?
I think we've got potential. We've had a shit year. We've had shit luck.
Is
with
it because
injuries.
of Van Dijk or?
It's not just Van Dijk. We've lost the 3 central defenders we had, not for 1 month, not for 2 months, for the whole fucking season.
Why did
when
you
has
guys
that
just
happened?
buy someone in January, man?
Because we don't have money to throw around like other clubs do.
Like,
We
see,
have to live within our means. So which is why we bought a...
what's your means? 4.1 million? 4.1 billion, that's your means. You're gonna buy 3 defenders?
So you need to explain to you about finances.
It will help. Why your club didn't buy 3 players to help?
Because we didn't have, because of the current pandemic situation, you don't get as much revenue as you normally do.
Because you can't put people in stadiums nowadays.
Yes.
That's why you guys joined the ESL. Taking the piss out. The Scouts. Man, I respect you, bro. You know what? I think was fun.
It was intense.
4 minutes of it, but I think we gotta learn a bit more about.
I think there's not enough information about the ESL. There's just
I do agree, though,
too many rumors and too many people giving out opinions,
Yeah.
not facts.
Yeah.
And it's again, it's all about, it creates headlines and it sells newspapers and it creates more content. But yeah, I don't think there's enough out there
For us to verify this thing.
to believe that it is as definite as the clubs want people to think it is.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, I get you. I think there's a lot more we got to wait on. I think to get. But just before we're gonna say, Jess, thanks, man. Fucking
pleasure.
absolute pleasure, bro. Yeah, absolute pleasure, man. And also, just before we end, and like, subscribe, and also always remember, this is the biggest club in fucking England. Yeah.